Hello everyone, I'm Daniels. There's always this question in every beginner's mind: does gear really matter? Today I'm gonna tackle this question from all angles and I'm gonna be very honest with my answer. So what's the question? Does gear really matter to a beginner? A quick answer to that question is no, it doesn't to a beginner. But gears really matter. Yes, you have the option of clicking out of this video right now, but you could also stay and listen to my reasons. Why doesn't gear really matter to a beginner? Because you are in your learning process. This is the time where you want to try out so many tools so you can know what works for you. But if you already make choices on what tools will work for you when you are a beginner, on what basis are you making your choices? So if you want to go ahead as a beginner and buy this expensive equipment without even knowing what really works for you, end up buying tools that you're not going to use. Because it's actually your experiences that is gonna really guide you to buying the tools that you really need. You are going to be intentional with what you buy. You will know what you need and what you do not need. But if you go on and buy tools without having the experiences or without knowing what will work for you, what you really need, why you need it, you're just gonna end up buying tools that you do not need. This is one core reason why you do not really need this expensive equipment when you are starting out. You are free to use any equipment you want to. Even if you want to start with your smartphone, that's gonna prime you. It's gonna make you understand why you need a camera, because your choices are supposed to be as a result of the experience you have gathered. If I love shooting B-rolls and I realize that, wow, I really love what I get with 85mm, or I really like what I get from 50mm, definitely I'm gonna save my money and see how I can get an f1.2 50mm, or maybe get what I feel works for me. So when you are beginning, this is a process where you learn a whole lot of things, and bad gears, every single thing works together to make you achieve the same purpose of understanding what really works for you. At this point, gears doesn't really matter because you are not really like doing any project for anybody. Nobody cares about what quality of file you are bringing since you are in your learning process. It's basically gonna be maybe you and your friends, you and your colleagues, trying out things. So it doesn't really matter what quality you bring or if it's really good or not. So gears doesn't really matter to you. But when you move out of the beginner stage where you want to start getting clients, that's where tools really matter, because at that stage you should already know what works for you. You should already know, wow, I think this camera is limiting me because I do not really get a good autofocus from this. I would want to get this other camera because it has a good autofocus point. When you get these good gears, or maybe you get the really top-notch gears when you're really starting, you might be missing something. I'm not saying if you are buoyant enough, you are free to get whatever you want to get, but trust me, someone who came from a bad equipment is always going to have an edge over you. That's the reason why you might not really need a good gear when you are beginning your journey. But why do you need a good gear when you get past the beginner level? Because this is a stage where you should be exploring more. You should be trying more things. And these gears are actually going to limit you. It's not going to, it's going to stress you out. There are things someone using a good gear is going to be able to achieve maybe in 3 minutes, and it's going to take you like 3 hours to achieve it because the equipment you're using is actually slowing you down. So this is why you need gears when you have advanced from your beginner stage. Another reason why you need a good equipment when you have gotten past your beginner stage is so that you'll be able to get clients. I want to ask you a question. Would you hire a person who is really good at what he does but gives you a bad quality? No, of course. No matter how good you are, you definitely have to, invest in getting good equipment so that your client is gonna be happy. Moreover, people are really gonna be asking this question. I've seen people who use, cheap equipment create things that people who use big equipment are also creating. Definitely you can definitely, but then there is a difference between, let's keep shoes, let's use shoes as an example. Let's say Adidas shoe. There is a fake Adidas and then there is a real Adidas. You end up creating a clone of the real Adidas, which is not really the real. Yes, it looks like Adidas, but it is not Adidas. When the quality is tried, it's gonna be dropped. Why? Because the quality is not good. So my final answer to this question is there are two sides to it. As a beginner, you need top-notch equipment. No, you don't. But when you get past the level of being a beginner, you definitely need these tools. I don't know if I made any sense. If you have anything you want to add or any question you want to ask, let me see that in the comment section. And if I've forgotten anything, please remind me in the comment section. And thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so, please. I'm gonna be dropping a link to the equipment that I'm using. If you want to get any of the equipment I'm using, please don't forget to use my link. This goes a long way as a form of support. I really appreciate you guys for sticking around. Do not forget to subscribe once again, and peace out.